Hello and welcome to another installation of TechTalk. It is Friday. Yes, I know we're repeating ourselves, but it sounds beautiful because I sound like an angel. So, Mike, you're the devil. I'm the angel. Why don't you give me your spill? What's we talking about today?
Well, you may say you're the devil, but I've also heard you called the songbird of your generation. I think you're like a siren just calling me into the shore.
Oh, that's enough, you two.
Wow.
Anyway, I think today we're talking about milks and blends and what type of milk and full cream and low fat and all different types of milks. But I feel like milk might be a bit of an analogy for chemicals. But sure, let's push on with the milk thing, see how we go. Josh, what are your thoughts?
My thoughts, I'd have to say, as for you and Daniel, you're clearly both milking this for what it's worth. Sorry, that was pretty bad, pretty bad of me. Look, I'd say it's as much today about milk as it is about coffee. Daniel, how do you have your coffee?
Well, I drink my coffee black.
Black. Milan, how do you have your coffee?
I like mine with almond cappuccino, please.
Ooh, okay. And Mike, how do you have your coffee?
A piccolo, which is just with a little bit of milk. Not because I need just a little bit of milk, but it means I can have 2 coffees.
Fair enough. And I like to have a full cream, cow's milk infused cappuccino.
Old school.
Old school. Now, there's something going on here. We all have a different preference, right? We're all after a different product here, and not that there's anything wrong with that. But what is the potential problem with this, with our preferences in coffee? If I happen to walk into Milan's van and he says, "Would you like a coffee?" and I said yes, is there a good chance that he could potentially serve me up the wrong thing?
Absolutely.
Based on the information I've just collected, there are some preferences or some differences in the products that we're wanting to, or that we're assuming that we're going to receive. So where on earth am I going with all of this? If Mike owns the Works Plus Cafe, he's got a brand to protect. And so I think that he wants to be able to ensure that he's delivering the correct coffee to his customers. So he's going to potentially give them options. And as you've just noticed, we all have a different preference in our coffee. But what if Milan doesn't ask any of these questions and he just starts serving up oat milk to everybody?
Yeah, gross.
Yeah, I'm not going to be real happy about that either, man, because...
I'd even disappoint myself because I want almond. I must be pretty bad at this.
Sure. So what on earth does that mean? What on earth does that mean for us concrete polishers manufacturing our product? Really what I'm getting to here is that as manufacturers of concrete or polished concrete, it's really vital for us to understand what materials that we're using, how that affects our products, and what we're doing as far as researching these products that we're actually using as components in our system, and what effects that has on the end results, what it has not just on the delivery, but what it has on the life cycle of the product. All of these things that if you were manufacturing a finished product in any other industry, you need to give a significant amount of consideration to.
100%. I mean, as we know, there's lots of different manufacturers out in the industry supplying blends and different products and this molecule, that molecule, and you know, and I think it's a good analogy with the milk because there's so many options out there, but which one is the best? Which one works the best? Which one works the best for you, for what you're doing? So obviously we know as concrete polishers, by using a particular product, you only know what is good from what you know. So who do you ask what's the best?
Because even for me, Daniel, I just said to you before that I like cow's milk, full cream, double, extra dollop, all that kind of gear. But my doctor would tell you, so I got to stop having that. All right, there are some side effects that my body has that everyone else doesn't enjoy as a result of me having that milk in my coffee. So therefore, I can't have it.
So the question in this particular analogy, Josh, with your doctor, who is the doctor in this case? The people who do the testing with all different products?
Well, sometimes I do testing with different products for the very first time on a customer's project.
Expensive.
Wow.
Emotional damage.
No risk, no reward, right? That's what we're saying, Josh. Wow.
Yeah, here I am holding the warranty on something I've got no idea how it's going to perform.
What's the reward?
Trying to work that one out yet.
I can see that being a massive risk factor as far as I'm concerned. Because, you know, especially if you trying different products on different projects and looking for a particular outcome, I think it's very risky to do that. And I feel as manufacturers of particular products, it's very important that we give our clients or customers the best possible information that we can ensure them they're getting the right results with the right materials that they're working with. And obviously there's manufacturers also out there that offering warranty. But if you're talking today about densifiers, they're giving warranties on the densifiers and all these things. Like, is that give us any kind of protection?
I guess it depends on what warranties the products are promising, Daniel, because you'll have a different warranty specific to a densifier than what you'll have to a grout, than what you'll have to a sealer, and they'll always be specific to that particular product. But as a contractor or a manufacturer, you're going to have to deliver a full warranty for all of those products working together. And I guess that's what's really important as a contractor, is having a good understanding of how everything bolts together and how one thing affects the other, and you know, understanding compatibility or incompatibility. Because at the end of the day, for instance, I might have a floor that I've just delivered where it's really porous and it's just falling to bits, and but it's not dusting or anything like that. So the densifier is still doing its job. But the client might say they're very unhappy with it. I might be unhappy with it as a contractor. But the warranty from the densifier manufacturer is just against dusting. Well, that doesn't really give us any other performance parameters for the rest of the makeup of the concrete. So some of the warranties that might come with it might only protect a particular part that's not even going to be pertinent to you when things go wrong. As far as I'm concerned, the warranties from the supplier or the manufacturer of the chemicals are a good thing, but they can only warranty a part of it. As a contractor, we've got to warranty the entire lot. So that's why protecting ourselves against risk is such a significant issue or a significant topic. It's not just our risk on one particular job. We're talking about, you know, we've talked about brand, building a brand. Separating yourself from the rest of your competition, being professional, all those types of things. And when we start to, if we start to experiment with different types of components on site, Daniel, I think that what we start doing is we start to water down our value as a brand, because what are we manufacturing now? If we've made some changes and we're don't have a full understanding of what the components do, and then when you talk about warranties and that sort of stuff, what type of backing are we going to be getting from our manufacturers, because how much of an understanding do they have of the other components that we're using?
Correct.
We're looking for partners in this industry too.
Yeah.
I think as polishers, we often think of the end result. What is it? What's our expectation? Where do we want to get to? And how are we going to get there, you know, using the process or the chemicals that we need to use in the polishing process to get to that end result. So going back to your coffee analogy, you know, if our goal was to get caffeinated and feel the buzz, I could have given you guys all the same, all the milk that you requested, but I could give you just a little bit of coffee in there. Now, a stingy cap. So where am I going with this? I guess it also, yes, you can get what you've asked for, but it's also the blend or how it comes for. Is it the best type of blend or the best type of coffee for the end goal that you have in mind? So just because it is an almond cap, is it the right product? It does, So you really got to look at and understand and ask the right questions and do all the testing to reduce that risk. Otherwise, you haven't just wasted money on the product, you've just wasted a whole bunch of time.
And damaged your brand in the process.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you said water down the brand before. I was going to jump in and say, I think you're damaging it. You're not watering it down. Absolutely. I suppose it's always good from my point of view that, I'll go the shameless plug. It's always good from the Works Plus side of things that I can stand by our product and our chemicals. I suppose unlike some of you guys coming from an instance where I haven't been on the tools and I haven't been out there, with my brand and with Mike's juicy floors, trying to grind and polish concrete. But certainly one, feedback I get from customers and things like that is it's a bit of a go-to, a bit of a safe process, and we've got people like Kurt from Rock Up and people talking about processes and things like that, just to have a bit of a staple in your diet that you know what you're getting, where you're going. You can reflect back on something as a pretty steady reflection that if you know what you've used, where you've been, what you've done. If something's gone a bit sideways, I guess it's a lot easier to go back and reflect on that and see where things might have gone a bit sideways.
And Mike, I've been called in for some of those, a few of those jobs that went sideways, and you cannot reflect on any of those.
Well, but how bad is it though? How bad is it though? You go to a coffee shop, right? You buy the same coffee every single morning. At 8 o'clock, you turn up, you order that coffee, and it tastes different every freaking time. It's time to change coffee shops, right? Or are we staying going to the same coffee shop? Because this is what I'm hearing. Even like there's customers that test particular products, that get them sent off to the lab because they want to know what they're paying for, right? And they're basing that in our industry. We're talking about densifiers, about molecules and how many solids does this product have. And,
solids, yeah.
And there's companies that charge the same than other companies, and they're getting only a quarter to what they're paying with another company.
I'll just use more of it though, Dan. It's fine.
Well, correct. Well, I mean,
order the large.
What I'm saying is, do your homework, see what other people are doing in industry and what kind of results they're getting. It speaks for itself.
Yeah. Now I understand why Mike buys the 2 piccolos. He sends one off to testing to make sure his cafe's been consistent.
Yeah, welcome to the test lab.
He doesn't want to see it diluted all that much. He wants to see a lot of caffeine. Smart.
Hold your barista accountable.
All right, thanks, gents. I think that's, I'll give it to Daniel Platt. I think we've covered over a little bit of what we wanted to talk about today. So I guess in closing, what we're trying to say is, I don't know. I don't know what to say. Cut.
Understand all the components of your coffee. Know when is the right time to experiment with changing your recipe, not on your customers, because you'll turn them away. Protect your brand, be professional, enjoy your weekend.
And come to the Works Plus seminar so you can test it in a
controlled environment where we're not trying to satisfy.
That's it. I like that.
Where we can afford to make the mistakes and show you how to fix it.
Yeah. And I know at this point we normally say, let's go and have a beer, but I think I might have an espresso martini. I don't know where that's come from, but I'm feeling coffee.
Yeah, I'm going to have a Baileys.
Oh, look at you go.
With milk.
I'm going to have a decaf, something.
Righto, gents. Good one. I like it. Have an awesome weekend, guys.
Thanks, guys.
And
Thank you very much.
happy
I'm
edit.
going to go milk me an oat. Recording. Can we start that again?